Good morning and welcome to the homestead. It's a nice rainy day out there, so we're going to go ahead and do our spring service on our CF Moto ZForce 1000. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get all the fluids draining. We're going to clean the air filter. We may or may not adjust the valves, I'm not sure yet. And we're definitely going to take the cover off the belt, look at the condition of the belt. Machine has about 2,200 hours on it now. Is all sorts of different opinions on when to change the belt.
Miles.
Machine has about 2,200 miles, not hours. Sue's correct on that one. Sorry about that. That'd be a lot of hours. Maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know. Anyhow, long story short, we're going to check the belt. A couple of friends of ours, good avid ATV mechanics, say around 3,000 miles you should change it. So being around 2,200, we're going to look at that. And we'll see what we put in this video. We may actually break out like the belt as its own little video, and we may break out adjusting the valves as its own little video. Because if we get into those two items, I really want to take the time to show you nuts and bolts all the way through, just because from my research there's not a lot of good videos on YouTube for either one of those. So we'll probably try to make one. Not saying ours will be a good video either, but we'll try to at least show you how to get from A to B and back to A again. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing up on the lift. We're going to change the fluids. We're going to check the air cleaner and just generally go through it. So come on along. Let's get this up on the lift and yeah, get going. All right, so we're on the lift. One of the things we're doing this time around is we're actually pulling the tires off. We're going to look the brakes over. I've read a few things where people said their axle nuts have come loose. So it only takes a second to pull your tires off while you're doing a major service like that. And it's going to make our access to the belt a lot better as we get in there. So they come off just like any car tire. There's regular lug nuts. In our case, it took a 17mm socket. So we're going to pull all 4 tires off and we'll bring you back and we'll show you what the brakes look like. And then this will give us the opportunity to grease these too, because you may have seen in our last video, I still haven't got there yet to figure out what to do. But this grease fitting right here, you cannot get on with the wheel on the machine. So I bought a special sideways adapter, but it doesn't work all that great. So we'll bring you back in just a second once we get the tires off and we'll show you what we're looking at. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we'll take our air box cover off and we're gonna check our air filter. This is a lot easier to do before it gets way up in the air. Once we do this, then we can put the machine the rest of the way up and it's a lot easier to get at. These are 10mm. So if there's one thing I would suggest you keep in your toolkit, in your machine, it's a 1/4" ratchet, 10mm socket, and about a 3" extension. Because you saw how that made it nice to get in there. This one down here with the tire on, the extension doesn't work. But we don't have the tire on, so we can still use the extension. But like anything, when you run it in a dusty, harsh environment, you really need to keep an eye on things like air filters. I read a lot about how the air filters on these are junk. And, a lot of people run in really, really dusty environments. And if you're running an excavator or a bulldozer or your car or anything in that environment, you'd constantly be checking the air filter, blowing it out, or replacing it. And that holds true for these too. So then there's a little tit over here in a rubber grommet. We just pull that out. We'll set this out of our way. And then the air box itself has this one rubber hose that we'll go ahead and take off there. Get it out of our way. Maybe. And then we'll pop all the clips. And a little screwdriver really helps for that. You can do it with your finger, but. And there's the inside of air cleaner. You can see there's a lot of dust in there. There's also, right here, this piece comes off. You squeeze that clamp. This is like a little water catch or something. Like if you've gone through a deep water hole, you can open this up and you see how it's got a little bit of moisture in there? That's probably from us pressure washing it, but you want to make sure you clean this out. And this is a good way to let all the crap out of it without taking it apart. And you also want to make sure that hole is good and clean. In our case, we're probably going to blow this all out or wash it all out. But we're going to get it good and clean before we put it back together. Then the air filter just goes on there with a screwdriver. And there's a pre-filter cover over it. And you see how dirty that is. That one's pretty plugged up. So I know all your documentation tells you not to blow these out. But my experience with automotive and heavy equipment is we blow these out a lot. I think the reason they're telling you that is they're afraid you'll blow a hole through the paper and won't see it. So I think a little common sense goes a long way on that one. But you can see how clean it is inside. You hear all these stories about how much dirt gets through these filters. And I think it's a product of the environment you ride in. If you're riding steadily in a very, very, very dusty environment, then probably switching to the oil filter would make a lot of sense. But my feeling is that, you know, if you're not pulling dirt out of here, if the filter's doing a good job, and I usually clean ours between every ride. It only takes a couple minutes. So I'm going to grab a light. I'm going to look up in the intake tube to make sure I don't see a lot of dirt up in there. And we'll bring you back and we'll clean this up and put it together. So I did look up inside the intake tube and it is spotless clean. There's a little bit of black carbon on the butterfly, but there's no dirt at all. So I'm still really happy with this filter. The oil bath filter makes me a little nervous. So I'm probably going to stick with this one until I see evidence of a problem. Maybe good, maybe bad. But what we've done is we've stuffed a paper towel inside the intake tube, and we're going to blow this out. So you might want to stand back a little bit behind the light there. So on this one, the snorkel goes up between the seats. So it pretty much breathes what you breathe. So if you're in a really dusty environment, the machine is getting that same dust. So if you're putting a face mask on and you're getting dust all over you, this air filter is getting dust all over it. We're going to open the garage door and blow the filters out. I don't want to do that in here if the door's closed because I'm pretty sure it's going to be really dusty. So the first thing we're going to do is our pre-filter. Back aside. Now we'll do our filter. And this is where I think you're going to see most of the dirt. And you want to just go inside, and you don't want to give it all 175 psi. And you see that's much cleaner. It's still pretty dirty. We'll probably order another one of these and change it sometime in the near future. But as you can see, maybe our dust problem's going away. And the same thing, I just blow this out. I pay special attention to blow those holes out. And you can blow some of the crap off the outside of it. You could actually go wash it if you really wanted to, but this is all before the filter, so a little bit is not going to hurt it. So we're going to put our pre-filter back on, taking care not to tear it. And get it sucked all the way down in there, like that. And probably the best advice I can give you is don't forget to take your paper back out of your intake tube, or it won't start. Well, it might start, but it's not going to run very long. Tighten this back up. Like that. Now I'm going to put our cover back on. And you got to hold these two top clips up out of your way while you do it. And maybe you got to hold all the clips out of the way. And they just kind of force down on there like that. Some of them challenge you for sure. I have found, and let me go get a pair of pliers. I'll be right back. I have found if you're struggling with them, if you grab them near the end of a pair of pliers like that, you can roll them right out on there and then push them in place. Push them up against the filter box, and you got this one over here, which is always a little hard to get at. And put our drain cap back on, and there's a few of these all over the machine, and we'll try to show you all of those today. Some of them can tell you a lot, like the one on the belt case. If you pull that off and you get a lot of water out of it. And we got to put our breather tube back on. This one goes right on top like that. And then you squeeze your little clamp, bring it down on there. And we're going to put our cover back on. And even though we're going to do an oil change, I could leave this cover off, but it's pretty easy to work around it. You'll see when we do the oil change video here in a little bit. Just get your bolts back in the hole. Trying to stay out of you guys' way. You can see a little bit. And I don't tighten my bolt until I am all in. And this one here, it's hard for you guys to see over there, but maybe if Sue comes around my right hand shoulder, or that way, you might see right inside there, there's a, you can see the head of the bolt right there. You can line the hole up, especially with the tire on. That's much easier than trying to figure out where that hole is. So then we snug this one up. We snug this one up. But while you guys are right down here, I want to show you something. You remember I said if you end up going through a deep water hole or something, that little cover that I said you can take off is right there. So if I get out of your way, maybe that's enough light to see it. So you can see you can get at this without taking the cover off. So if you're out in the trail and you end up going through deep water and you're a little concerned, you can pull it off and see if any water comes out. And if any water comes out, then of course you can just let it drain, you can take it apart, check the filter or whatever. But if none comes out, you know there's none in the airbox. So that pretty much wraps up the air filter portion of it. You know, we've got the tires off it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this video up. We'll bring you back and we're going to change the oil and change the differential fluids and the transmission fluid. And then we'll start our way back down, and in the follow-up video we'll grease everything, we'll check everything else, and then we'll get into the belt and the fun stuff. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.